Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be installing the GFB diverter valve. So I've already put this all together. I will include in this video, just appearing right now in front of you, how to install it. So these are some little clips of how to install it yourself. All you have to do, you remove the plunger section, you remove the spring, you then pull out the plastic seal. That is prone to snap, but don't worry, you do not need it from this point onwards. Once you've done that, you're going to put the replacement long spring inside. You're going to put the replacement plunger inside. You're then going to attach the actual metal housing itself. So this is push tight onto the actual old stock diverter valve. Once you've pushed that on, you're then going to install the thicker, smaller spring, and then you're going to install the metal plunger. That metal plunger, or piston I should call it, is meant to have a little bit of engine oil around the outside, but we're going to be doing that this video. So hopefully that's a kind of a quick overview of how to actually put this all together. If you need any help, just drop in the comments, I'll give you a hand. But there's plenty of good videos. Sparkplug Steve actually does an awesome video on this, so go check him out once you've watched this one. Okay, so we're outside. This is the setup I've currently got, 2 jack stands and the actual jack just kind of slightly loosened off, but it will still catch it. I've also got the front wheel off. Now, according to, once again, Sparkplug Steve, he's a man that knows his stuff, there should be, I can see it, I see what he means, right. So this hole here, you can actually get an extension bar through there, and you're not going to be able to see it, but once you actually look in here, you'll see the nut of the diverter valve. So you can actually use this hole here to do that top hardest one, but I'll show you that now. I'm going to have to take off my hard pipe. We have to take off these 2 screws here, but you might not need to. But I'm just going to loosen mine off just to give me a bit more arm room inside. But anyway, we'll go into the car now and I'll show you guys what I'm undoing. So I'll just show you guys what we're looking at. Basically, this is how far under the car you are. This is your hard pipe, and basically this section here. If you've got these stock, you'll be able to just remove this section. But obviously, because mine's an aftermarket one, it's now a complete section all the way down to here. So I've had to remove extra nuts. But basically, what we're trying to get to is that black box back there. So they're the Allen keys you're going to have to undo. So anyway, I'm going to take my hard pipe off just so I've got a bit more room, and then we're going to start undoing those Allen keys. So just to show you guys, I think it's best if you sit almost as close to the passenger side as you can, and then you can kind of get your arm a bit straighter. It's a bit easier. But the second bolt is, I'm trying to do this through the camera lens, which isn't smart. There we go. The second bolt's just there. I've loosened it off with the actual ratchet, and now I'm just kind of hand rotating it, trying to anyway. And then the third one, we'll try the extension method that Sparkplug Steve done. Steve, you're a legend. So basically, I put my left hand through this gap, made the Allen key go on, and now I'm doing it from over here, and it is actually going through, I don't know if you can see, but it's going through that little gap. So I've got loads of extensions, and it's actually working so much easier. So yeah, thanks man. So that's my one now off. As you can see, obviously, because I got Turbo Smart on and not stock, I'm going to have to do a bit under the bonnet to actually get this dump valve to work again. But in terms of if you were replacing this with stock, now is the stage that I'll be doing in a second, where basically you just stick, you start to mess around with the stock one. So you take all the old stock bits out, put all the new GFB bits into the stock bit, and then put all the stock unit back on, plug it all back in. But I'm going to have to do a little bit more to kind of get mine up and running because of the Turbo Smart recirc and stuff. Okay, so this is it all assembled. Basically, we've got this metal piston here. What I'm going to do, I've just got a tiny bit of engine oil in this cap. I'm just going to put my finger in it, and basically I'm just going to lube up this whole piston. Just go around the whole thing. Just do it a tiny bit more. Basically, you just want to get it all nice and lubed up like that. I'm going to slide that piston back in, like so. That's all nice and lubed up, and now that's going to go back into the stock position. So bearing in mind this is only going to go one way round, I'm pretty sure it's going to go this way. Okay, so that's the direction you want of your nozzle, and I'm pretty sure it's going to go this way. Obviously, like I said, the holes are all asymmetrical, so it's not kind of universal which way it goes, so make sure you try and find the correct way to go around, but I'm almost certain it's this way round. So basically, obviously I'm going to need 2 hands for this, but I'm going to insert it back into the turbo and put the new long bolts through the holes, not the old stock ones, the ones that are supplied with the GFB kit. So that is the orientation that you need your diverter valve at. So the valve is basically facing towards the back of the car, and I'm going to put, you can see that I've put 2 bolts in already. So these are the top of the bottom ones, which are the easy ones to get to, and they are length bolts compared to your stock ones. Hopefully it will focus on that. They are the length bolts that you need, which come with the GFB kit. Okay, I'm going to mention him again, but Sparkplug Steve, you are a legend. Like, I've done this all from underneath with 2 hands, but the fact that you can just take your wheel off, guys, is so much easier. So left hand, basically when you're under there, left hand, you have the nut on the end of your Allen key, and you glide it into where the hole is, and then right hand comes up here and starts tightening. I've spent probably half an hour to an hour underneath this car trying to do this before, without knowing that, you know, there's a gap here that I can mess around with. It's just so much easier with this amount of space. I've done it in about 10 minutes, so seriously, take your wheel off and you'll be able to do this so much easier. Right, so that is all on. This is going far too smoothly. Anyway, we're now going to get our plug. So this plug, once again, only goes on one way. I have no idea which way that is. I'm going to say it's that way. So hopefully, obviously once again, this is pretty hard for you guys to see because my hand's in the way and it's a very tight space. With any luck, I can just slide that onto there. I don't know if that's the correct way or not. Let's try the other way. Okay, so that was the correct way. Cool, so that's that on, that's the plug on. So in theory it should all work. So now if you're following this tutorial just to install it from stock, that should now all work. I've got to do a little bit more under the bonnet, but then we'll have to go for a drive, see my impressions of kind of how different it is. Obviously the Turbo Smart is going to be louder, but with the ITG, do you really need a loud, you know, dump valve? Probably not. So for you guys installing just the GFB onto a stock car, you're all done. For me, and for anyone that's kind of following my boost leak problem that I may have had, for me, I'm going to have to undo these. I'm going to remove this breather plate. Or am I? Actually, change of plan. We're going to attach my boost gauge to the breather plate. We're going to remove this line. So we're going to move this white line to this, basically this tab here. We're going to remove obviously all this black line because we don't need this anymore. This is sort of old stuff. And then that way I've still got a boost gauge so I can read how much boost I'm making, and then I can remove it and then I can do it through the ECU little box thing that I've got. So yeah, let's get rid of that. So this is the old vacuum line. I'm just going to undo these and pop this off and kind of do it all from here, and I'll show you the end result. Okay, so this is my new setup. So we've got the vacuum line from the what do you call it, boost gauge, and that's going directly now into my boost tap. That's going to go back on there. It's all going to be good. In theory, we're good to go now. Cool, so I'm just editing a video. There's a few things I've got to say. So basically I have put it on my car. I ran it for about 5 to 10 miles ish, not far at all, basically once to work and back. It's cool. It works flawlessly. It worked first time. I was hitting the same boost as what I was before I installed it. Now obviously I'd done a lot of work before I installed the GFB dump valve, or diverter valve I should keep calling it. So I think the actual Turbo Smart everything about the Turbo Smart is fine at the minute, so I've ended up putting that back on. Now on the screen is going to appear some graphs and stuff if I've got them saved on my phone. This is from the Torque Pro app, and as you can hopefully see, it's not the clearest thing ever, but we're hitting about 22 psi and then slowly dropping off over the rev range. It's the same whether it's the Turbo Smart or the GFB, but I'll pop those up on screen now just so you can see that. The noise itself, I compared it to an asthmatic. So the GFB is like an asthmatic, and so it's very much like stock sound. So if you're looking to keep that stock sound but have something that's basically invincible to boost, I would recommend a GFB. If you're looking for something over the top, makes a stupidly loud noise, then I would recommend the Turbo Smart. Now the problem with the Turbo Smart is there is a lot of things in the system, so a lot of things can go wrong. Like I said, the GFB is a bulletproof design, and hopefully you can see it over the last 2 videos that I've made about the GFB. So would I recommend it? Definitely. Obviously I haven't given it a long time test, but you'll hear the noises. I'll include some clips now. Of the noises and the kind of noise it makes, but I personally miss the Turbo Smart noise, and that kind of crazy dolphin, turkey, velociraptor sound that it makes. And once, I've said this before, but seeing that I named my car Blue after the velociraptor in Jurassic World, because it kind of sounded like it, a bit sad I know, I just had to put it back. So I'm going to run the Turbo Smart until it blows up. And then once it's blown up, maybe I'll get another GFB valve or something like that. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Click the links down in the description, there's some stickers and stuff available. I'll also link the GFB valve where I got it from, which was Laird Performance, so thank you to him for getting that. Huge shout out to Sparkplug Steve, go check out his channel. I'm also going to link that in the description. He's a legend of a guy. He's just a genuinely nice person. I hope one day I get to meet him. But yeah, check all the links in the description. Stickers and stuff are down there, discount codes are down there, everything's down there. So thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, favorite and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.